When confronted with a stressful or dangerous situation, the body responds with the fight or flight response, the physical response to a stressor that readies the body to physically face or flee from that stressor. The fight or flight response is initiated by the sympathetic nervous system, the part of the nervous system that readies the body for action, and is regulated by a system called the HPA axis, a stress signaling system composed of the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal glands. The hypothalamus signals the pituitary gland to release hormones to communicate with the adrenal glands, signaling them to release adrenaline into the bloodstream. Adrenaline increases our heart rate and respiration, and decreases functions that are not immediately essential to survival, like digestion. Adrenaline is just one of the many corticosteroids, a major class of hormones produced by the adrenal cortex. The body's response to stressors is also called the General Adaptation Syndrome, or GAS, a three-phase response to a stressor that includes alarm, resistance, and exhaustion. In the alarm stage, the HPA axis is activated in response to a stressor. In the resistance phase, the body works to counteract the stressor. And finally, in the exhaustion phase, the reaction shuts down. But what if you're facing a stressor that you can't flee from, like marital conflict, unemployment, or financial worries? Even though you can't run away from these problems like you would a snake, your body still reacts the same way, and this can lead to chronic or long-term stress. In the short term, corticosteroids like adrenaline and cortisol can be helpful, but their continued release in response to chronic stress can damage the heart and circulatory systems, leading to high blood pressure, heart disease, and strokes. Stress also takes a toll on the immune system, a complex network of organs that contain cells used to recognize pathogens in the body. Corticosteroids decrease the number of lymphocytes, white blood cells that assist in the immune response. Two types of lymphocytes affected are T cells, which identify infected cells in the body and destroy them, and B cells, which release disease-fighting antibodies into the bloodstream to fight infection. When the number of these cells decreases, it results in people being more vulnerable to viral and bacterial infections. Chronic stress can increase the likelihood of acid reflux or ulcers, and decrease nutrient absorption and increase the risk for diabetes. It can lead to inflammation of the joints and muscles, which can cause pain, and it can depress the release of dopamine, leading to a depressed mood and irritability. So although the physical response to stress is critical for survival in immediately threatening situations, often people experience a more enduring chronic type of stress that slowly erodes the normal functioning of the body. From head to toe, the physical response to stress affects the brain, the digestive system, the reproductive system, joints, muscles, and skin, in addition to the cardiovascular and immune systems, which can have devastating effects.
How can one smile, one eye contact, or the eye contact between two individuals make a difference? And the answer is mirror neurons. Luckily, I have it in my notes. And so you may not know what mirror neurons are. They were discovered in the early 90s by an Italian scientist who decided to put some of those electrodes you saw earlier on a monkey's brain, and then very rudely did not give the monkey a banana, but allowed that monkey to watch another monkey peel and open the banana, and then eat the banana in front of that monkey. The monkey who did not have the banana had the parts of his brain light up as if he was peeling and eating the banana. Those are mirror neurons. They're in the front part of our brains as humans, and they are part of what make us humans. How many of you have ever gone to a movie and cried, or gotten angry, or felt resolve at the end? Why did you? Because all you did was see something that you were not a part of, that you weren't in, and yet it affected you. That's called empathy. That's also mirror neurons. That's why they exist, because we are a social human creature who needs that connection with someone, something, a group of people. So when we see somebody do something, the mirror neurons send a message to our motor system that then creates a behavior within us. As mirror neurons wanting to return that same feeling, that same behavior. And I'm telling you that that's what sociologists love. They say if you want to live in a community that you want to create, and to make it past that 20-year mark, you have to turn on other people's mirror neurons. You have to get inside their head to make the change. So don't stop the behavior. Don't stop creating the community you want. Don't ever, ever give up if you know it's the right thing to do. Because you need to encourage humanness. We need to encourage human rights. We gotta stop ignoring people. Stop being afraid of the homeless. They exist. They're here. Start looking at them. Listen to their story. Don't ignore it. Don't group them together. Don't group us together. Look at us as individuals, because we each, every single one of you and me, we have our own thoughts, our own desires of what this life should be like for us or what we want. We're individuals. We are not groupings. Do make eye contact. Do smile. It made a difference to Joe. It made him feel safe. You'll never know the difference you make when you're creating the community you want to keep. Thank you.